Warriors, they captured the Eastern Maine basketball title last weekend. Now they're looking to bring the gold ball back to the county. It's been a great week for members of the team, and the feeling of winning the Eastern Maine tournament is still there.
I'm just excited right now. I know we can do it, and we're trying to get it in our heads that we've actually won the Eastern Maine. We're still not quite a whole of that yet.
It's been a great week of practicing for the Southern Aroostook Lady Warriors as they continue for their state championship game with Rangeley tomorrow afternoon. Donna Grass, one of the seniors on the team, says the players have had a lot of fun this week, but they've also stayed focused.
We won the big game, and we've never done that before, and so I think it's more relaxing now that we've got the really big game over with.
The Warriors came out of the number 5 spot and pulled off 3 upsets in the Eastern Maine tournament. And Jill Mathers, one of the sophomores on the team, says that being the underdog took some of the pressure off the Eastern Maine tournament.
Oh, I think it made it easier. There was no pressure. All the pressure was on the higher-seeded team because everybody thought they were going to win.
Senior Jody Corneal says that the championship game with Jonesport Beals last Saturday was a great game to play in.
It was great. We really didn't know much about Jonesport, but we just went out and they started right at us, and we went right back at them. It was great.
Sophomore Jessica Walker is looking forward to the state championship game against Rangeley, a team that's quite a bit taller than the Warriors.
I think we'll have to push it at the big girls and try to make them draw the contact and commit the fouls and push it at them and keep doing what we always have been against the bigger teams.
Southern Aroostook coach Tom Berry says he doesn't plan any major changes in his strategy for tomorrow's game, that they'll go with the flow of the game. He also said that the attitude of the girls so far has just been great.
We're just going to do the same things that we've been doing all year. We're not going down there with the attitude that there's a lot of pressure on us. We're just going in, going to try to be as relaxed as we can, have a good time doing it, and to try to bring the gold ball back.
Just a tidbit about Southern Aroostook High School. They've been a school district now for 19 years, and 19 of their teams have competed in Eastern Maine championships. The Caribou Vikings.
The final between the Jonesport Beals Royalettes and the Southern Aroostook Warriors. Now let's join Lisa Richards, Keith McKean, and Dawn Carrigan.
Good morning again from the Bangor Auditorium. The crowning of champions begins this morning, continues all day and into the evening in D, Class C, and then B this evening. The first matchup today features number 1 Southern Aroostook, who came into the tournament with a record of 18-0. They'll square off against number 2 Jonesport Beals, a season record of 16-2. And Lisa, it's hard to pick a favorite in this one.
It sure is, Keith. This is the showdown that everybody's been waiting for. Very similar styles for both teams. You'll see them get the ball up and down the court, and some very talented team members on each team. We've seen great contributions off the bench, so it's anybody's game.
Should be a good Eastern Maine championship contest. Again, Southern Aroostook came in number 1 in the quarterfinal game. They knocked off Bangor Christian 52-25. and then went on to defeat Wisdom in the semifinal game 56-40. Jonesport Beals came in with a season record of 16-2, defeating Ashland in the quarterfinal game 67-33, and had a big semifinal win over a number 6 Machias 44-23. And those games played yesterday because of the storm on Thursday. Things have gotten backed up here at the Bangor Auditorium. Normally, under normal circumstances, the Class D contest, the final is played on a Saturday afternoon, but we've got finals all day again in D, C, and B. And right now we'll go to the scorers table for the starting lineups.
High school athletes participating in today's game. Please remember, our students are in the process of learning the game. While they represent the best of this year's Maine teams, they need our encouragement and support no matter which side they are on. This Eastern Maine girls Class D. This is the final game where number 1 meets number 2. This game finds the visiting Royalettes from Jonesport Beals High School. They're going to be facing the Warriors from Southern Aroostook High School. Members of the visiting Jonesport Beals Royalettes, coached by Dwayne Carver. Beginning with a junior, forward, number 20, Heidi Stanhope. Also a junior, number 30, Michelle Mills. Sophomore number 40, Stacy Beal. Number 12 is a sophomore, Rachel Beal. Freshman number 34, Courtney Bryant. 50 is a freshman, Robin Woodward. Freshman number 10, Lee Woodward. 44 is a freshman, Amber Smith. The junior number 24, Crystal Alley. For the home, Southern Aroostook Warriors, coached by Tom Berry. A senior number 12, Diana Goodall. 23 is a freshman, Joanna Walker. Sophomore number 30, Shay Fox. 32 is a senior, Liz Burton. Junior number 40, Misty Roy. 42 is a junior, Kim White. Junior number 44, Holly Mayberry. 52, Crystal Briggs. Number 55, Amanda McLaughlin. Number 4, Erica Larson. For your starters, beginning with the Royalettes, the senior guard, number 22, Sandy Carver. For the Southern Aroostook Warriors, a senior forward, number 10, Jessica Collier. For the Royalettes, a sophomore forward, number 32, Christy Carver. For the Warriors, a senior guard, number 22, Jill Mathis. For the Royalettes, a sophomore at center, number 52, Jan Beal. For the Warriors, a junior at center, number 24, Jody Brown. For the Royalettes, a sophomore at forward, number 14, Natalie Fagan. For the Warriors, a junior at guard, number 34, Janet Corneal. For the Royalettes, a sophomore guard, number 42, April Smith. And for the Warriors, a senior forward, number 50, Jessica Walker. Your officials for this game, Mr. Gallant and Mr. Marquis. You're invited to stand and join us as the Southern Aroostook Band, under the direction of Kermit McGarry, honors our country with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, the Southern Aroostook Warrior Band doing the honors, and we're set to go for Class D Championship basketball all morning. C finals this afternoon in Eastern Maine, and the B finals this evening.
Of Woodland, would you please come to the tournament
again, it'll be tough to predict how this one will come out. We've got two really good Class D girls squads coming out on the court right now. Southern Aroostook undefeated to this point, defeating Wisdom in the semifinal game 56-40. Jonesport Beals coming to the tournament with a record of 16-2.
I think, Keith, this is the matchup both teams wanted for bragging rights in Class D. They don't play on the season, and both of them have been thought to be the better teams in Class D, so we'll have that matchup today for you. Some players to keep an eye on. Sandy Carver, who's at the point right now, along with Jan Beal on the inside for the Royalettes. And at Southern Aroostook, we have two 1,000-point scorers in Jill Mathers and Jessica Walker.
Okay, the Jonesport Beals Royalettes in their blue uniforms, red and white trim, with the ball right now. Southern Aroostook team colors are purple and white, the higher seed with the white shirts. Carver inside, nice pass, up and down through there by Jan Beal.
Actually, I think that was Carver to Carver that time,
okay.
Keith.
Sandy Carver to Christy Carver, the 5'9" sophomore, inside, putting it down and putting Jonesport Beals on the board first in the Eastern Maine final. Ball game just underway. This is Jill Mathers out front, and Cornelia's shot is partially blocked. She goes in along the baseline, puts it up, taken down, and stripped away from her by Jonesport Beals.
Jonesport Beals coming out in that zone. They're going to force Southern Aroostook to try to shoot from the outside.
Okay, Carver with it, working the ball, top of the circle, goes down the lane, stops. Smith faking. Back to Carver on the left side. Looking inside, now takes it in herself, puts it up and out. Beal puts it back up and in.
That's going to be a key for Southern Aroostook to try to keep Jan Beal off the board. She's the tallest player on the floor right now at 6 foot.
So a 4-0 lead for Jonesport Beals. Cornel has it for Southern Aroostook. The Warriors. Jill Mathers goes down the lane, puts it up and off, and draws the foul.
It's going to be Sandy Carver, Keith, picking up her first foul, team's first.
Jody Brown will play it in for the Warriors. Coming out to Cornel. Shot is up and off. And the rebound to Jan Beal. And the Royalettes come back with it. April Smith doing the ball handling to Sandy Carver. And Christy Carver, number 32. Sandy Carver takes the long one. It's good. And it's for 3. And they're up now quickly, 7-0.
Sandy Carver's a complete player, Keith. She passes the ball well. 4-year starter at Jonesport Beals. She can also shoot the lights out.
Okay, Brown with it, goes inside and draws the foul.
Thought she's just picked up. No, that was Christy Carver picking up her first foul. 2 team fouls now for Jonesport Beals. Jody Brown will go on the line for 2.
Brown is a 5'9" junior, good inside player for Southern Aroostook. At 8 points in the quarterfinal, 13 points in the semifinal.
We have a possible lane violation if this misses. It's ignored though.
7-2 now as Southern Aroostook finally gets on the scoreboard. A lot of pressure being brought in backcourt by Southern Aroostook. Ball tipped high. They steal it. Mathers, or rather, put up and off by Carver, and up and in.
Cornel that time with a left-handed putback. Southern Aroostook does play good scrappy defense. They'll like to trap you in the backcourt.
April Smith giving it up to Sandy Carver. Coming over on the right side, going down toward the corner now. Inside, intended for Carver, and knocked out of bounds. Touched by the Royals.
Tried to force that one in that time. Christy Carver really didn't have the position to receive the ball.
5 minutes remaining in the first period. This is Mathers with it. In the corner. Back out to Mathers. To Cornel in the lane. Jump shot is partially blocked. Again, she draws the foul.
This one looks like it's going to go on April Smith. That'll be the team's third. As we see the quick passing to beat the zone, they try to penetrate in the seams, and there's Smith catching her on the arm.
A little over-guarding there by Jonesport Beals. But Cornel cannot connect. 5'7" junior ball player. Lane violation.
In too soon.
Against Southern Aroostook. So the Jonesport Beals Royalettes will play the ball in backcourt. And a foul, a collision on the court.
And that's going to go against Christy Carver. Christy Carver, the Phoebe to get tangled up. She tripped and went into the other player. And she picks up number 2.
So Southern Aroostook able to close the gap a little bit here. They're down by 3 with 4:53 remaining in the first period. Mathers gives it to Cornell. Collier back out to Cornell to Collier. Mathers drives in, puts it up from the side of the lane and off. Jan Beal with a rebound for the Royalettes. Clearing it to Sandy Carver. Carver drives inside, bounces back to Smith, fakes, goes to the find room to shoot. Down inside they come.
Don't see much screening going on right now against this player-to-player defense. They're going to have to open up.
Carver baseline starts to, and loses the handle. It goes out of bounds. Let's see who knocked it out. Knocked last touched by Carver. And so the Warriors will get it right back. Trailing by 3. Mathers brings the ball down for her club. And lost to the bounds by Walker. High pass goes astray. Royalettes will bring it in, facing full court pressure from the Warriors. In it comes and knocked away by Jody Brown.
They're having a little difficulty here with this full court pressure.
Well, we're looking for someone to bring it into. Finds Jan Beal, and she brings it into forecourt. On the dribble, but she may be giving it up. It's knocked out of bounds again, but last touched by Cornell. Carver with it. Looking for someone to pass to. Finds April Smith.
Tough
Good
gig.
defense there by Mathers, and she steals the ball going down in the fast break. Stolen back, knocked out of bounds. And good defense the other way by April Smith.
Jonesport Beal's going to want a timeout right now. Having a very difficult time against this defense. As we watch, Mathers comes in, switches it over to the left hand. April Smith in the collision right there. That's her second foul. Jonesport Beal's 5th foul at this point, so it won't be long if they continue at this rate. We'll be going right into the bonus. We'd like to remind our viewers of our schedule today. Coming up following this game will be the boys Class D final, and that will be Jonesport Beals versus Central Aroostook. In Western Maine, they will be seeing at 1:30 the girls Class D final, Richmond versus Rangeley, followed by the boys Class D final, Wyndham Christian versus Vinalhaven. And in Eastern Maine at 2 o'clock, the girls Class C final, Skank versus Calais, and the boys Class C final, Hodgdon versus Skank.
Okay, 7-4, and we're set to go with the final 3:46 of the first period. Been an interesting first period. Low scoring. Jonesport Beals got some quick early baskets. They also committed a number of fouls.
Fouls and turnovers at this point. They've had a tough time against that defense of Southern Aroostooks. They've always been known as a trapping team, very quick.
April Smith has 2 fouls. She committed the foul. Mathers' second shot makes it 7-5. And let's see what kind of pressure they continue to bring in backcourt and force turnovers. Comes into Smith. Triple, double, triple team. Gets a pass away. Now we have an open player, Jan Beal, at the other end.
Again, you see that so many times. That's the risk you take when you press. You're going to leave somebody open on the other end. It's just up to the offensive team to find them.
Broke the press that time, and now in the corner is Collier. High off the rim, up and off by Walker, and taken down by Carver. Quickly down in a crowd. A bounce pass in the corner for Dawn. Natalie Fadon puts it in, and the Royals are back in business for the last couple times down the court.
The other key for them is it's going to be Southern Aroostook can't set up their press unless it's off a made basket. Okay, like you'll see it right here. Jonesport Beals can get the defensive rebounds in there. It'll be tough for Southern Aroostook to set that up.
11-5 now. 11-7 now. Jonesport Beals as Cornell connects from the corner. 2:45 left in this first period. Smith giving it to Carver. Coming to the top of the circle. Down inside, intended for Beal. Now she does get it. Now she loses it out of bounds. So the Warriors come back. Joe Mathers will do the ball handling chores, giving it over to Cornell. Back to Mathers. 2:25 left in the period. Mathers out front. And knocked away. Nice steal by Carver, coming down one-on-one. Carver puts it up and in and draws the foul. Nice move to the basket by Carver.
Many facets to her game. You can see coming off the steal here, crosses over, draws the foul, and very strong.
Very impressive drive to the basket.
Very good concentration to follow through after she's been fouled.
Technique is something, too. 14-7 lead.
In the fourth quarter in that semifinal game, we really saw her take charge both in the rebounding department and leading the break.
That kind of ball player, an outstanding player who can take charge. And the other way, it's missed by Walker. And Beal with it. Triple team in the corner, and she's fouled.
They really had her trapped there. No need to foul in that situation. I believe that's going to be Jessica Walker picking up that foul. Only her team's second. And again, we'll see that full court pressure.
5 team fouls for Jonesport Field.
Right here, they have her trapped very well. All you need to do is keep your hands up. She can't go backwards because of the end line.
Now it's lost the other way, going down. Knocked out, though. And it is lost out by Beal. Or rather, by Jan Beal. And so Southern Aroostook will take it back the other way. 1:50 remaining in the first period, the opening period of the first of many Eastern Maine Championship games to be played here this afternoon at the Bangor Auditorium. Walker with it, drawing the foul from Carver. Beal again. It's Jan Beal picking up the foul.
That's going to be the team's 6th foul.
Still only 2 team fouls on the Warriors. And coming back in is Jody Brown, who started the ball game. And Collier going to the bench for a rest.
Also in for Southern Aroostook, a player to keep an eye on that did very well in the semifinal is Jana Walker, the younger sister.
Shot is blocked by Carver. She gets it back, puts it up and in. Brown moves inside and puts it up and off. Brown gets the rebound. Good offensive rebounds coming to the Warriors, but now it's taken by the Royalettes, who lead 14-7. Sandy Carver will set something up here, going to the left side, down along the baseline. Jump shot from the corner. Rebound taken by Brown. And giving it up to Jana Walker, who's now in the ballgame, 23. Inside to Brown. Up and off. Pagan with it in the corner. And it's knocked away by Brown.
So again, that's going to give Southern Aroostook an opportunity to set up their press again.
50 seconds remaining in the first period. Sandy Carver will do the ball handling and bring it up, giving it to Pagan. Back to Carver, who steps into forecourt. Top of the circle. Inside, down low to Carver. Pagan shot is blocked nicely by Walker, but she gets it back. And inside, turning and putting it up and off was Carver. And now it comes out to Sandy Carver for the long one.
That one missed everything. Jonesport Beal's having trouble getting into any type of flow in their offense right now. This Southern Aroostook defense really bothering them.
The Warriors of Southern Aroostook down by 7 with 10 seconds to go. Mathers in the lane for the down low. Walker's up and in. Nice pass from Mathers to Walker for 2, making it 14-9. At the end of one, 14-9. We'll be back in a moment.
Happy 25th birthday, Sesame Street.
Now go away and stop bothering me.
We'd rather celebrate with 4 hit shows. Sesame Street visits the firehouse. Put down the ducky. A new baby in my house.
Yeah.
And Sesame Street Jam, a musical celebration. A great party, you can count on it.
We could use a lot more counting around here.
Sesame Street's 25th Birthday Family Marathon.
You're watching tournament basketball on the stations of Maine Public Television.
Okay, this is the first of 6 Eastern Maine Championship ball games to be played at the Bangor Auditorium. On this Saturday, we've got Class D finals this morning, C this afternoon, and Class B basketball all evening. So we hope you stay tuned for a full day of high school tournament excitement. Right now, Class D girls, and Eastern Maine champion will be crowned in about an hour. It's a 14-9 lead as we begin the second period for Jonesport Beals, and Southern Aroostook will play the ball in.
Southern Aroostook will be in the bonus throughout this second period, as Jonesport Beals has already committed 16 fouls. On the other hand, Southern Aroostook's only had 2 team fouls. That could be a factor here.
Mathers has it, a 1,000-point scorer. One of the players on the Southern Aroostook team has gone over 1,000 points in her high school career. Rebound picked off by Sandy Carver.
In for Jonesport Beals is Heidi Stanhope, a 5'7" junior, number 20.
Carver with the ball, looking down. Now goes to Fagand. Inside intended for Jan Beal, but she can't get the handle. And the Warriors get it back. Second period just underway. Class D final. Down inside, Jody Brown. Cornell with it. Back to Mathers in the lane for the jump shot. Won't go. And rebound tipped out of bounds. And last touched by Southern Aroostook.
Southern Aroostook doing a little bit better job on the boards right now, and that's why you've seen them be able to hold Jonesport Beals at this point. In the opening game, Jan Beal was really cleaning up on the boards, and Southern Aroostook doing a better job boxing out.
Full court pressure continues by Southern Aroostook, the trapping defense in the backboard, but Sandy Carver able to break it easily. And down inside, the pass is knocked out of bounds by Southern Aroostook.
Southern Aroostook in a zone now.
Michelle Mills playing it in and hitting the foot. That time of Jenna Walker. Royalettes will play it in again. Take another crack at getting it in bounds. Fagand, and a bad pass picked off by Southern Aroostook. Lost back by Jenna Walker. Sandy
Mills got a hand on that one. Keith to knock it free.
Inside, Jan Beal with a spin-around jump shot. Coming down to Jenna Walker.
They're only getting 1 shot right now. Good job on the boards by Southern Aroostook.
Mathers tries to force it through a crowd, but she picks up the foul.
Looks like they may have called that on Sandy Carver. That's her second, and as we said, here's the bonus coming into play.
So Jonesport Beals committing 7 quickly in this ball game to give that advantage to the Warriors for the rest of the first half. Southern Aroostook only has 2 team fouls.
Christy Carver coming in now for Jan Beal.
Christy Carver, only a sophomore at 5'9". So Mathers' shot off the front of the rim, tipped high, taken down, put back up by Walker, and off again. And they're getting the offensive rebounds. Jana Walker to Mathers. Inside on the give and go. Now bounce pass over to Jody Brown, and she's in good position and draws the foul.
Nice pass by Mathers, a little wraparound down on the baseline. Today's officials, Joe Gallant and Bob Marquis. As we see it right here, defense comes over on us. She finds the open player and trying to get back.
So Jody Brown on the line now, 5'9" junior. And brings her team back to within 3.
like that might be Holly Mayberry getting ready to check in for Southern Aroostook.
Rebound picked up by Fagan of Jonesport. It's a 14-11 lead for the Jonesport Fields Royalettes. Sandy Carver to Fagan, back to Carver. 6:05 remaining in the first half. This is Carver over on the right side. Gets it back at the foul line. Tries to penetrate. Does. Puts it up and off. And the rebound is up.
Christy Carver.
Christy Carver. Mills with it. Back to Christy Carver. And Sandy Carver's open at the foul line, but can't connect. Walker with the rebound and draws the foul.
And Jonesport Beals continuing to have foul difficulty. We'll take the walk to the other end. And this one's going to go on Christy Carver. That'll be her third. There's Sandy Carver taking the shot from the elbow, and in the rebounding action, we have Carver coming over the back. We'd like to remind our viewers that because today's tournament games had to be rescheduled, European Journal, scheduled to be seen at this time, will not be broadcast today. It will return to its regular spot next Saturday.
We have 3 ball players on the court who have scored over 1,000 points in their high school careers. And one of them is on the line right now, Jessica Walker. Walker and Mathers of Southern Aroostook and Sandy Carver of Jonesport Fields have piled up the points in the past 4 seasons. Carver will play it in. And Jonesport Fields breaks the press. Christy Carver gets it. And bad pass.
Waited a little too long there. She had the girl open on the baseline a little bit sooner. And again, having difficulty in making decisions against that defense.
That pass was intended for Heidi Stanhope.
In for Jonesport Beals, we have Stacy Beal, 5'6" sophomore. Jan Beal comes back in.
Mathers has the ball. The team down by a point, gives it to Cornell. Back to Mathers in the corner. Guarded closely. Back to Cornell. 5:25 remaining in the first half. And along the baseline.
Nice
Walker.
block. She's going to need some help.
Jan Beal now. Gets it back. Almost stolen away. Sandy Carver will control things out front. Over to Beal, back to Carver. Mills almost loses the ball.
Having a hard time finding the handle right now, Keith. They look a little frustrated. This defense of Southern Aroostook. It's tough to get the ball inside. They do there, and able to draw a foul that time. Looks like it's going to be Mayberry picking up her first foul.
And Jan Beal will go on the line for this one. The active shooting. Their team up by 1 point.
Able to get the ball into Beal that time, but again, you look, she's got a lot of pressure on the inside. That foul, it looks like they gave it to, get it up on the scoreboard.
Gave it to Cornell, but it looked like Mayberry getting the arm. So a 2-point lead now for Jonesport Beals. As Jan Beal pops her second of 2. Around the rim and off. Brown with the rebound to Mathers. 4:40 remaining in the first half. Walker's jump shot is off. And scramble for on the floor and knocked loose. Carver on a fast break, putting it up and off. Mills with it, back to Carver, off the glass. Whoa, it goes. She gets the roll that time.
It's their first field goal.
17-13.
First field goal of the second period, Keith. Again, we saw this happen to Jonesport Beals in their semifinal. They came out on fire, and they really basically shut down for 2 periods.
And so the Warriors fight back here. Mathers with it. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Inside to Walker. Jump shot is off, and she's fouled.
It's going to be Stanhope picking up that foul.
Some ragged play in the last few minutes. Walker going on the line.
Both teams seem to need to settle down a little bit and be a little bit more patient offensively.
And the 5'9" senior puts it up and in. Big morning for Jonesport Beals fans. Both girls and boys are in the Eastern Maine final. The boys, the Jonesport boys, will play Central Aroostook in a game following this one. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. 3:50 remaining in the first half. Mills with it to Carver. Carver has been a little bit erratic in the last couple of minutes, missing some shots inside. Now it comes down to Southern Aroostook.
Again, they seem to be rushing things a little bit. Nice pickoff.
Intended for Brown. And back the other way we come quickly. Mills giving it to Beal. Back to Carver. She's open in the lane for the jump shot. The team leading by 4, 19-15. As we look at some excited Royals fans in the audience. Cornell. Walker knocked away from her.
Jessica Collier coming back in.
Always not.
She's replacing Janet Cornell, and that was Stanhope that got a hand on that last one.
Brown to Mathers. And a foul from behind. Beal.
Southern Aroostook should really be taking advantage of this. They're getting a lot of opportunities to go to the foul line. Stacy Beal picking up that foul. And Mathers will go on for 2.
Three minutes remaining in the first half. A look at Coach Tom Berry of Southern Aroostook, whose team has gone undefeated to this point. They trail now by 3, 19-16. Stolen by Brown, up and in. Jody Brown.
Nice play by Brown that time. And a timeout for Jonesport Beals. Really having difficulty with this defense. And Southern Aroostook with some major opportunities to capitalize, going to the foul line very often. With a score 19-18, we'll be back in a moment.
During coverage of high school basketball, Maine Public Television's regularly scheduled children's shows and primetime programs will shift to our second program service, Maine Public Television Plus. That's Channel 26 in Southern Maine and Channel 39 in Central Maine. For more information, call your cable company or 1-800-884-1717.
Okay, that's that play play by Jody Brown to get the basket seemed to really fire up the defense, and every time they pull something off offensively like that, it gets the defense sort of pumped, and Southern Aroostook was sky high after that shot. They're down now by a point, and they come back out in the court.
That's a good timeout for Jonesport Beals. As you said, momentum really starting to shift.
Again, that pressure coming in backcourt, trapping defense. Carver gets through it, up to Mills, and Beal. Carver goes into the side of the lane, puts it right out the glass. Nice move by Carver to put her team ahead 21-18 with 2:30 left in the first half. Collier puts it up and off the rim, tipped out of bounds, and knocked out by Jonesport.
Mills was the last to get a hand on that one.
Jody Brown will play it in for the Warriors to Walker in the corner. Back out to Mathers. Guarded by Mills to Jenna Walker. 2:15. Close first half. Jonesport Beals with a 3-point lead. Nice quick pass inside to Walker, and Brown takes it.
Right along the baseline. They tried to double inside on Walker. She kicked it out to Brown for the open shot on the baseline.
1-point lead again. Carver quickly down court, knocked away though. And the other way, we've got a fast break with Joe Mathers putting up and in.
Walker did a nice job looking up court. Again, Southern Aroostook fans on their feet right now. Very excited about the defense.
First lead for Southern Aroostook at 1:33 to go in the first half. They're leading at 22-21. Beal. Carver back to Beal. And a shot from the corner missing badly by Stanhope. And it goes out of bounds.
We really aren't seeing much movement by the Jonesport Beals offense right now. Southern Aroostook in his zone. You're going to have somebody moving through the seams. And we have a bad pass that time by Mathers over the top. Jonesport Beals will come back the other way. Southern Aroostook has time to set up their press.
1:12 remaining. Sandy Carver brings it in. And the Royalettes come back. Christy Carver, Sandy Carver, and forces one up and off.
Out of control on that one.
The Warriors tried to key a fast break of their own, but couldn't get it off. Lost the ball. Beal puts it up and in.
Nice pass that time by Carver inside to Beal, who hesitated, then went up.
23-22. Jonesport Beals with a 1-point lead. Collier with a shot missing badly. And will come the other way as Mills gets the rebound. 32 seconds. Sandy Carver looking long, takes the three-point attempt, rolls off. Rebound to Mathers. Long lead pass down. Collier one-on-one puts it up and off. Missing an opportunity there to go ahead before the half.
Plenty of time to set things up for a good shot here. They got 13 seconds to go.
Action fast and frantic. Both teams racing up and down the court. The Christy Carver with it.
She got fouled.
Fouled by Brown.
3 seconds to go in the half.
James Cherry of Machias.
We have Jonesport Beals up by 1 at this point. Chance to go up by 3 here if she can make both shots. Mayberry coming back in for Southern Aroostook. Brown will go out. It's been a great first half, Keith.
It really has. Number 1 against number 2. The seeding's holding up, and what promised to be a good contest has turned out to be one, at least for the first half. Again, Southern Aroostook undefeated to this point. Jonesport Beals losing only 2 games all year. And it's a terrific matchup.
3-point lead, 3 seconds to go in the half.
Knocked out of bounds
by Stanhope. Again, we've talked about some key substitutes coming in and doing the job. We've had Stanhope, Beal, and there's the shot at the buzzer. Stanhope and Beal and Mills coming in doing a good job. And on the other side, you've got kids like Mayberry and Walker coming off the bench. So a lot of team support here, everybody contributing. And halftime score right now, 25-22, Jonesport Beals.
Well, Jonesport Beals started off very strongly and raced out to a pretty good lead, but caught Southern Aroostook a bit off guard. They collected themselves, though, and began to really pressure on defense and key a few turnovers and get right back into it.
A key to that is they had the opportunity to set up their press. When you score, usually you can set that press up, and Southern Aroostook, if you remember, it was a 7-0 run for Jonesport Beals at the beginning, and Southern Aroostook never had time to set up that press. But when you can get the out-of-bounds play underneath on the other end, or score and then set your press up, you're going to be effective. And Jonesport Beals really had a hard time. And then after they got the ball over half court, by beating the pressure, they seemed to hurry things offensively.
Right.
So Southern Aroostook was really able to bother them with that defense. We'll see what kind of adjustments Jonesport Beals will make for the second half. Again, that halftime score, Jonesport Beals 25, Southern Aroostook 22. We'll be back in a moment.
Funding for Maine Public Television's basketball coverage is provided in part by Husson College, offering master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees in business, health, and professional studies. And by Oakhurst Dairy, a Maine dairy working with local farms to serve Maine families since 1921.
And we are back at the Bangor Auditorium for the first of many, many ball games today. Class D championships this morning, C this afternoon, and the B finals will come up this evening. And right after this contest, we'll to witness a boys game between Jonesport and Central Aroostook, as it's a big morning for Jonesport Beals fans. They brought a big contingent in this morning for 2 Eastern Maine title games. Right now you're looking at the Jonesport Beals cheerleaders on the court.
Right now, Keith, we'd like to go to Rich Kimball.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. And I am here with the husband and wife coaching team in Eastern Maine basketball circles. On my left, Tim Prescott, the head coach at Presque Isle High School. And on my right, Julie Bradstreet, the head coach at Central Aroostook. And Julie, let's ask first, did this have a bigger effect on your coaching, or was coaching a big effect on your marriage?
Probably coaching has a big effect on our marriage.
When do you guys see each other during basketball season?
Real late at night and in the morning. That's about it.
Tim, do you compare coaching notes at all, strategies, or is it pretty much you sit in the corner and worry about your club and she's worrying about hers?
No, in fact, I tried to follow her team as much as I could, went to most of her games, and she did the same for mine. We do talk about basketball a lot. I've picked up a lot of stuff from her that's really helped my club this year, and we talk about it, you know, probably as much as you think two people who are married and coach basketball would talk about it.
What about scouting? Do you get some help in that regard? Obviously, your teams are in different classes, but does she get a chance to see some teams maybe that you don't?
I probably not, because you know she's busy mostly internally in the county and doesn't see the other clubs outside. What I do find is helpful to me is she'll look at a team that we're playing against that maybe during our game that we'd have to play again, and she gives me a lot of good insight about maybe things that I might want to think about the next time we play them, and she does really a good job with that. I've been very impressed.
Well, obviously, you guys have known each other for a lot of years and followed each other's respective careers. How did this whole thing come to pass? How did it go from admiring each other to getting married?
Well, I remember when I was in high school, I went to one of his games and I liked his shoes, but that was about it. And then we just happened to meet in March, and I guess that's what happened.
Got to be the shoes, huh, Tim?
To tell you the truth, you might find this hard to believe, but we even as close as Mars Hill and Presque Isle are, I'd never even met Julie until about last February, I guess, ever. So that was the first time we'd ever actually met, and we had kind of a goofy start to it. So, but this worked out pretty nicely, I guess.
Well, now you both got the Wildcat sweatshirts on. Your team is in the tournament. You got Caribou coming in here for a big showdown in Class A next week, so no doubt both of you be cheering for the Wildcats a week from today.
Well, I hope that we both are going to be cheering for the Wildcats.
All right, thanks very much, Tim Prescott and Julie Bradstreet. And now let's go back to the table. It's Keith and Lisa.
Okay, we'd like to take a look, remind our viewers that coming up after this game will be the boys Class D final, Jonesport Beals versus Central Aroostook. So the Jonesport Beals fans will have a lot of cheering to do today. Also now, we'd like to take a look at the statistics here. Field goal statistics for Jonesport Beals, they were 10 for 24 from the floor, 41%. Southern Aroostook shooting very cold from the floor. They were 6 for 34 for 17%. In the free throw department, though, is where Southern Aroostook really cleaned up. They were 10 for 14, 71%. And Jonesport Beals just 2 for 5 for 40%. Turnover department. Now you see the story right there. The Southern Aroostook defense really did a job on Jonesport Beals. They had 11. Southern Aroostook only had 5. So major keys there was the foul trouble of Jonesport Beals allowing Southern Aroostook to score from the line and then not being able to handle that defensive pressure. That's why it's as close as it is right now. Looking at individual scoring for Southern Aroostook, balanced attack, we had 4 players scoring. Jody Brown had 7. Jessica Walker had 6. Mathers had 5, and Janet Corneal with 4. Their total 22 points in the first half. For Jonesport Beals, Sandy Carver led the way. She had 14, followed by Jan Beal with 5, and then 2 points apiece for Natalie Fagon, Stacy Beal, and Christy Carver. So right there, we see a little bit more balance on the Southern Aroostook side, but again, 10 of their 22 points came from the foul line. Also, we'd like to let our Western Maine viewers know that at 1:30 they will be seeing the girls Class D final between Richmond and Rangeley, followed by the boys Class D final, Wyndham Christian versus Vinyl Haven. And our Eastern Maine viewers should look forward to, at 2 o'clock, seeing the girls' Class C final. That'll be Skenk versus Callis, and the boys' Class C final, Hodgdon versus Skenk. So a lot of great basketball coming up today.
Okay, as you pointed out, I guess Southern Aroostook has got to be considered lucky or be happy that they're within 3 points of Jonesport Beals when they're only hitting 17% at this point. But again, the good tough defense, the turnovers made the difference or kept them close.
It certainly has. They have maybe forced quite a few shots from the floor. 17%, obviously they'd like to improve upon that, but they've got to be very happy with their defense. Also, Jonesport Beals getting in a little bit of foul trouble early cost them, as they sent Southern Aroostook to the line several times. The halftime score 25-22. Jonesport Beals will be back for the second half in just a moment.
You think unsolved mysteries are intriguing? See what you're missing on Maine Public Television.
I found a monster.
Don't miss Novus in Search of Human Origins, February 28th through March 2nd on the station where you make it happen, Maine Public Television.
Okay, we are back at the Bangor Auditorium. We're set for the second half of this first contest, Class D contest, between Jonesport Beals and Southern Aroostook. Southern Aroostook undefeated to this point in their season. They are trailing right now by 3, 25-20. They are the favorite team according to the Heel Point standings. But again, it's been a real close contest, one that we expected to be a good ball game. Jonesport Beals really took command very early in the game. Southern Aroostook began their defensive pressure, and it's been a case of the Southern Aroostook defense causing maybe a lack of patience on behalf of Jonesport Beals and keeping them close.
Right. We also weren't seeing a lot of movement in that Jonesport Beals offense against the zone. Very few people cutting through the lanes. You may see a little bit more there, and we'll see if Southern Aroostook stays with the zone or if they go player to player. In that case, you'd want to see a lot of screens in there, which we really weren't seeing early in the first half.
25-22, and Jonesport Beals will play the ball in as we begin the second half. And we'll see.
Looks like they're going to come out zone.
Okay, Beal with the ball, number 40.
Now we see right there, we see Jan Beal sliding high, dropping down, so a little more movement already.
Shot to the corner by Carver. Nice move by Sandy Carver, the team leader. Puts her team up by 5. Cornell with it. Mathers back to Cornell. Jump shot from Cornell is up and off. And the rebound coming down to Mills. The two subs stay in to start the second half. People who came in off the bench, Mills and Beal. Carver with it.
Stacy Beal now wide open for the 2. She was on the line. We have a 2-pointer there. But again, you're seeing more patience and a little bit more movement. And the more you pass the ball, the more you move through that zone, you're going to cause them to shift.
Jonesport Beals from the field, again, as Lisa pointed out, hit 41% in the first half. They had the better of it shooting from the field in the first half, and they've opened up on a little shooting spree here, leading 29-22, and it's a good shooting team. They've got good balance. Mathers along the baseline to Brown, up and in.
Those are the good high percentage shots they're going to need. And again, by scoring, it allows them to set up the full court pressure.
Which they do, and it's almost turned over. Mills gets it back to Carver. 6:40 remaining in the third period. Beals takes the long one again for 3, missing. And a foul. Mills is fouled.
Mills with the offensive board that time. Quickly put it back up.
On the line for 2 shots.
And now Tom Berry from Southern Aroostook is going to want a timeout. Down by 5 now. And again, the more they can score on the inside, they get the opportunity to set up that press.
And that's Jessica Walker picking up her second foul of the ball game, with her team down 29-24. Royalettes coming back with the lead and putting Michelle Mills on the foul line, a 5'7" junior.
We've also seen right here with Michelle Mills getting that offensive rebound. It's going to be important for Southern Aroostook to keep Jonesport Beals off the boards. They can't give them second and third opportunities. And that's what we saw early in the game. Jonesport Beals dominating on the boards. Southern Aroostook came back, started doing the job, and things turned around for them.
Well, the Warriors coming back out on the court. Michelle Mills came off the bench and has actually started the second half for the team. Coach Dwayne Carver. (30-24) now, a 6-point lead for Jonesport. Mathers to Corneal. Corneal from the corner, can't connect. And Jonesport Beals has it stripped away and put up and off by Brown. And Jonesport gets the rebound. Carver. Jump shot off the rim. Rebound coming back to them. Inside, Jan Beal spins, puts it up, gets the rebound, goes right back up.
That's the offensive board. That's what we're talking about right there. Jan Beal working hard on the boards, gets her rebound. That's the second time down they've been able to score off the offensive rebound or draw the foul.
Looking like a pretty smooth machine right now in the last few minutes. Game has been less ragged to begin the second half than it was about midway through the first half.
Coming in now is Gianna Walker. She seems to have been a spark plug for this Southern Aroostook team. Each time she came in the other day, she was able to pick them up a little bit, so we'll see what happens here.
Jan Beal puts it in, and it's a 9-point lead now for the Royalettes.
Stanhope has checked in for Christy Webb. I'm sorry, Christy Carver.
The winner of this one, of course, becomes the Eastern Maine Class D champion. Corneal. Walker, Mathers. Going inside to the side of the lane, rather, putting it up and off. And Brown right there to get the rebound.
Jody Brown has been doing a job for them.
33-26.
She works hard on the inside.
Sandy Carver coming back with 5:35 left. Mills back to Carver. Over on the left side to Beal. Back out front to Mills, back to Field. 5:25 left in the third period. Nice steal that time by Southern Aroostook. Walker coming down, puts it up and in.
See how they handle this pressure here. Southern Aroostook drops back a little bit. 5-point lead for Jonesport Beals. It's tough if you're Southern Aroostook to keep that type of pressure on the full game, so we may see them try to take a little bit of a breather right here, and Jonesport Beals content to hold it out front for a little while.
Mills, and in the corner it goes. Carver tries to get it back, but it's taken away by Walker.
Gianna Walker again coming up with a big play.
Walker getting it back to Mathers. Corneal goes in the lane, puts it up and in, draws the foul.
Count the hoop.
So a good heads-up ball by the Warriors, moving the ball around quickly, and Corneal gets the basket.
Christy Carver getting ready to come back in. So we see Corneal just quickly penetrates in on the seam. Carver back in the game now. She was really doing a good job before she went out on the boards, and that's one of the things that Jonesport Beals needs right now is rebounds.
A couple of times in this ball game when Jonesport Beals has started to build up a lead, the Warriors have come right back, and they do it again. They're down by 2 points.
Two great ball teams out here.
really evenly matched so far. Christy Carver knocked out of bounds by Walker.
Good hustle. Still on her belly trying to get the ball.
Good pressing defense by Walker. Knocks the ball loose. But Jonesport will play it in. Sandy Carver will come in with it to Beal. Stacy Beal back to Carver. 4:25 left in period number 3. Pagan to Jan Beal. Stacy Beal. Carver on the right side. Goes along the baseline, puts up the jump shot, missing. Rebound back up by Christy Carver.
Again, she's very strong on the boards. Gets good position when she does go up for the shot. Squares up well.
35-31 now. Jonesport 3:57 remaining in the third period. Walker to Brown, blocked by Beal nicely. Inside, Mathers goes in and kind of hooks it up and in.
She's that type of player. She likes to slither through that defense, and you see a lot of her points coming off layups of that type.
Sort of a hook layup that she has. It's been effective. Sandy Carver working against Mathers. Down low to Beal. Back outside to Fagan. Open for the moment. Doesn't take the shot. Carver will take it for 3. A 3-point attempt and a foul on the rebound.
That foul's going to be on Jan Beal. That's going to be on her second. That's 2 on her and 2 on her team. So we're seeing a difference right there, and they've cut down in their fouling in this period.
Yeah, Jonesport Beals piled up the fouls early and in a hurry in the first half. Now, been relatively foul-free here for the third period.
Beal's only a sophomore, Keith. She's going to be tough. We'll hear a lot more from her.
Beal with it, Stacy Beal. Carver again taking her time out front to Beal. Jan Beal, jump shot. Turns looking right at the basket, goes straight up and pops it in. 37-33 now, a 4-point lead.
Another block by Beal. Starting to turn it up a little bit.
And Carver has it quickly down court. Leading the pack is Christy.
That's a good look.
Puts it in.
Good look. The pass was right on the money.
Now quickly, it's a 6-point lead again. As has been the pattern of this ball game, the Royalettes will extend the lead. Southern Aroostook will climb right back into within 1 or 2. And
nice
now they
pass.
go up and in.
Sister
Walker.
to sister.
Backcourt pressure coming again. Carver to Fagan. She'll come into forecourt. Beal back out to Sandy Carver. Back to Beal. She launches a 3.
She can hit that. We've seen it.
So the 5'6" sophomore puts it through for the Royalettes. Inside. Spin around by Walker.
It's turning into, we knew it would be a good one.
Just when the Royalettes extend that lead a bit, the Warriors come right back.
It's going to be important for them to do that, too, so that they can score on this end and set up their press.
It's about the 4th time it's happened in this game. Jonesport will get, a bit of a lead, and Southern Aroostook will come right back. Now here's Jan Beal leading the pack. 44-37.
Carver showing some of her softball skills there. She throws that long pass.
1 minute remaining in the third period. Mathers. Cornell bounce pass. Up
They
and
answer
in
it
by
again.
Walker, and a foul.
Again, that baseline pass. With a break in the action here, we want to remind our viewers that because today's tournament games had to be rescheduled, firing line scheduled to be seen at this time will not be broadcast today. It will return to its regular spot next Saturday.
And we're watching today's edition of Firing Line right here between Jonesport and Southern Aroostook.
Good hustle.
Walker's shot is blocked, and she's fouled again. She'll go back on the line. The team down by 5.
Beals come up with a couple of good blocks lately. Tried again there, and although she did get the ball, I believe her body came through as well. We may get another look at that. That's a good play by Jessica Walker right now. She's really started to lead her team.
Walker is stepping up here, as you mentioned.
Mayberry coming in. And she's going to take Jody Brown's place. Corneal getting ready to come back in. I'm sorry, Collier will take Corneal's place.
And the pressure actually, more pressure is put on people like Walker and Mathers to keep their team in a game like this. 5-point lead. Mathers gets it, loses the ball out of bounds, though.
Lost it out of bounds, but they still have that opportunity to set up.
Pressure
to her.
Third period. Up and off.
Look at her work.
Mathers.
Gianna Walker doing it now. There's the long pass. It's going to be picked off.
Knocked away by Beal out of bounds, and Southern Aroostook will get the ball back. Really? Seems like we've seen a number of momentum shifts. It has the momentum right now, even though they trail by 3.
Yes, they've done a great job answering. Every time Jonesport Beals comes down and starts to take, say, a 5-point lead, come right back on the other end. And lately it's been the Walkers, both Jessica and Jana, really firing this team up with some great defensive plays and some good passes underneath.
Kind of interesting, the psychology of that is almost as if, the lead gets built up and they say, hey, wait a minute, we got to come back. We can't let the lead get extended beyond 8 or 10 points.
And they actually, I mean, they have to come down and score, because if they don't score, they can't set up their press, and their press is what's bothering Jonesport Beals. If they just allow Jonesport Beals to bring the ball down and set their offense up, they're going to have problems. So it's crucial that every time Jonesport Beals scores, that Southern Aroostook can answer it.
So we could be in for a photo finish in this one if it continues the way it's gone.
3-point game. Fans definitely getting their money's worth.
30 seconds remaining in the third period. Mathers with it. It's going to Collier. They're going to work it around. Walker goes in the lane, loops it. I think she was trying to pass it inside, but it's taken away. Carver, 2-on-1, draws the foul.
It's going to be Collier picking up her first. And both teams fairly even, as we see Carver using the body to shield it. Plus, if she'd gone with the left hand, she might have scored there.
She had Fagan open on the side, but chose to take it in herself and ends up on the line. .17 seconds remaining in the third period.
Coming in now for Southern Aroostook, number 40, Misty Roy will come in. Jana Walker will go out.
Roy, a 5'4" junior who just checked in with 17 seconds remaining. Roy gets it, gives it back to Mathers. Collier, Mathers, 9 seconds. See who launches the shot. Mathers goes in the lane. The jump shot is up and off. 2 seconds. Not time to get a shot off. 46-41. And we'll be back in a moment.
Musical messages are universal and appeal to the very young and the young at heart. Don't miss this special program for the whole family. Peter, Paul, and Mommy, too.
You're watching tournament basketball on the stations of Maine Public Television.
In Class D, Eastern Maine's final basketball game, 46-41. Right now with Jonesport Beals in the lead.
It's nice to see this both teams coming in, Keith, and playing up to their potential. Sometimes you build this up as being such a great matchup, and one of the teams comes in and has an off game. But right now, they're giving people what they asked for, a great contest here. We have Roy was in. Walker will have to wait till the next dead ball in order to check in as she's waiting at the scorer's table.
Misty Roy will play it in, number 40. And we're set to go down the stretch. The final 8 minutes in this Eastern Maine Class D final. Mathers. Misty Roy takes the shot and connects.
Well, she says, while I'm in here, I might as well do something.
Before they take me out, I'm going to score. 46 to 43. Look
at that press.
Puts it back on the steal. Now it's tied up.
And the arrow will go to Jonesport Beals.
More full court pressure coming. Carver will try to play it in, looking for somebody to pass to. Finds Pagan. The pass is blocked, knocked out of bounds.
She's having trouble right now. She's going so deep into the corner to receive that ball that they're able to trap her over there. She's trying to pass to Carver, and she just doesn't have the angle to do that because she's so deep in the corner.
Carver, and she finds someone at the last moment and gets the pass back. Finds Christy Carver, gives back to Sandy Carver, and she's open, takes the shot.
You can't allow her to do that.
Her open, that's right.
You can't allow her. She can come right down, pull up, and take the J from the elbow. You're going to have to get somebody out on her.
48-43, 7:20 remaining in the ball game. Jill Mathers back for Southern Aroostook. Shot from the corner is good by Collier. So the shooting percentages of these Southern Aroostook players seems to be picking up as the game goes on. They trail by 3. And then it comes.
Okay, now we'll see if they settle it down a little bit. They've beaten the pressure. Now they need to relax. That's what they weren't doing in that second quarter.
Sandy Carver will pull it out a bit, give it to Pagan.
A 3-point lead for Jonesport Beals.
Inside to Jan Beal. Pagan has room, takes the shot, can't connect. Rebound Southern Aroostook. Jill Mathers coming back down court across the timeline. Inside, up and off is Walker, and it's scramble 4 on the floor. Quickly down court, fast break. Mills coming in. Mathers tries to steal it. Causes no, it's traveling violation on Mills.
Travel on Mills.
I think
Walker gets up after being basically sat on down on the other end. Good hustle by both teams.
I think she heard the footsteps of Mathers that time, and it was intimidating, and she took steps. 48-45. Walker. Back out to Mathers. Working it around. Collier again from the corner. Off the rim.
Big board.
Carver with a rebound.
Sandy Carver, big board, extends those arms and just sucks the ball in.
Pagan down inside to Beal, who puts it up and off. Beal gets the rebound. Ball is ripped away from her, stripped away by
Jessica Walker.
Warriors. More good defense. Very defensive-minded team, Southern Aroostook. They've been capitalizing, forcing turnovers to stay close in this one.
Cornell going to come back in now for Collier.
And Walker plays it in. Jenna Walker playing it in. Mathers has it. Shot by Walker. Rebound.
Both teams have played very good defense without committing a lot of fouls. It's both teams with 14 fouls now. Southern Aroostook will take
However, that is a big foul on Jessica Walker. That's number 4 for her with 5 minutes left in the ball game.
That is a big foul.
So that may affect the way she plays down the stretch here. Big inside player for Southern Aroostook. Jessica Walker is a 5'9" senior and 8-team leader.
You get a look in the Jonesport Beals huddle, and now their cheerleaders. You're right. We might see Jonesport Beals try to work that ball in and try to take advantage of the foul situation on Walker. See if they can't, pick up a foul off point. She's really been doing the job for Southern Aroostook. We've seen her scrapping, getting some offensive and defensive rebounds and keying some steals. So very key player for them.
Sometimes you wonder how it will affect a player's ability to play when a coach is behind her that she's got 4 fouls on her, and you hope it doesn't affect her play too much. Yet you don't want her to foul out, so it's a
right. You want her to play
touchy
aggressively,
situation.
but play smart. You might not take some of the chances that you would. And that's Beal along the baseline.
And a 5-point for Jonesport Beals right now with 4:58 remaining in the ball game.
Each possession is going to be key from now on. It's going to be important that they're able to draw the foul off Mills that time. The ball will be taken out underneath the basket.
Mills trying to steal the ball and causes the foul.
As we've said for Southern Aroostook, it's important that they score on this end to set up their press.
Ball will be inbounded by Jody Brown. Corneal. Shot is good.
There it is. And
point lead again now for Jonesport.
We're starting to see a few, well, almost saw a screen there.
Eastern Maine Championship on the line here. Mills to Carver coming by. Racing all the way down. Pass to Beal.
She's really bottled up.
Can't find room to shoot. Gets it back to Carver. Jump shot is off. Rebound taken down by Mathers. Her team trailing by 3. Photo finish coming up, no doubt. 4:18 left. Gianna Walker, Mathers. Mathers turned her head away for a moment and almost didn't look back when she got the pass. Checking out the D side. This is Corneal. Inside, looped up and off by Walker. Bad shot. Jessica Walker goes way up and over.
One thing you want to see your kids do in this situation is stick with the fundamentals, square up to the basket, take decent shots. We saw 2 short shots that were kind of forced up that time.
Rising to the occasion with 3:45 left.
They want the ball in Carver's hand at this point.
The trapping aggressive defense continues, and Carver does have it now. Number 22 will try to settle her team down.
1-point lead, 3:30 to go.
Begond down to Jan Beals.
Doing a good job on Beal in there defensively. Each time she's got 2 or 3 defensive players sag in on her.
She takes the shot, puts it in, puts her team ahead 52-49.
That's the other thing. When you concentrate on Beal, you also have a fine player in Christy Carver underneath who can do some scoring as well.
The other Carver is 5'9" sophomore Christy Carver, putting it in, putting her team ahead by 3 with 3:08 to go. Walker, Mathers, Jenna Walker whips it in to Brown, spins, puts it up and off, and the rebound coming down to Jonesport.
An off-balance shot. Christy Carver, long pass to Mills. That's not what you need in that situation. You get the 3-point lead. You want to be under control.
Tried to sneak in from behind, saw Mills alone for a moment, and
Christy Carver obviously hurting, but she says she's fine. She wants to stay in with 2:42 to go. You can't blame her. She wants to be in there where the action is.
Corneal in the lane, puts it up, and she draws the foul.
Mills is going to pick up the blocking foul there. Again, bonus not a factor as of yet. Mills picks up her 4th, team's 5th. And she's going, I'm going to say she was shooting on that one.
Looked like she was making her move, but not necessarily in the act of shooting, but she must have been. 52-49. 52-50, rather.
I think that was Jonesport Beal's 16 foul, so we do have the bonus situation coming up for Southern Aroostook.
Mathers gets the rebound. Nice pick off that time from behind by Christopher. She gives it up to Sandy Carver, who puts it in and draws the foul.
I'd like to get another look at that if we can. Again, you're going to see that concentration. Sandy Carver is going to be going on next year to play at the University of Maine, and here's one of the reasons why. She sees the floor. You can tell right now she's in control. There's the concentration. Gets fouled, but also gets the roll. Chance for a 3-point play here. This could be a big one.
The key to that fast break was a nice block on the other end by Christy Carver, who blocked the shot. Nice clean block to
5-point lead now. Southern Aroostook's going to have to do something here.
With the ball, Corneal back to Mathers and almost loses the ball. Walker with it. Corneal runs inside, puts it up and off. A little quick to run in there and throw it up a little erratic that time. Carver back the other way. And traveling violation being called on Mills.
Again, not what they want in this situation. They need to slow things down. They've got the 5-point lead. They don't. Southern Aroostook. Southern Aroostook's in the position where they've got to try to get things happening quickly. They threw up a, not a high percentage shot down here, and getting caught up in the. They need to control things at this point.
So it's almost like you get caught up in the other team's excitement.
Exactly.
Their need to get back into the ball game, and you begin to get drawn in by their style of play.
Both teams. Carver trying to force that pass up, and just trying to make the next pass was Mills throwing it away.
55-50 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the ball game. A trophy will be given out after this one. Eastern Maine has the title on the line here at the Bangor Auditorium. A boys court and Central Aroostook. We hope you'll stay tuned for D finals this morning, C finals this afternoon, and the B finals this evening.
See the Class D final with Richmond versus
Mathers with it. 1:50 remaining. Your team down by 5 points. Got to get something going
nice
here.
Tap.
Up and off, and Brown may have fouled.
Good idea that time by Walker. Tapped it over to Brown. And that foul will contest. That's number 5 on her. Done a nice job off the bench. And both teams now over to see Michelle Mills. Jody Brown will be on the line with some big foul shots here with 1:47 to go. Her team down by 5.
Trying to keep this win streak alive, undefeated. And now the lead is cut to 4. Go for Carver. Christy Carver takes down the rebound. She's been really battling hard in this ball game. She's been a big asset.
Hurt right now too, but she's still doing the job.
Sandy Carver over to Pagan.
See a little more patience now.
Back out to Beal.
Willing to hold it out front. There's a turnover. They have enough points. They're going to force Southern Aroostook possibly to come out and fight.
Rated number 1, but they ran into a real buzz.
Off. They can't afford to let Jones
back with it. They may have to foul here pretty quick. I'm not sure you want to foul Sandy